Pikes Peak is one of the most unique events in all of motorsports. It's 100 years they've been running the race.
What makes Pikes Peak special? Well, look, anything they've done for 100 years must be a reason why they keep doing it.
This event is really like no other. It's such a special event in all of motorsports. It doesn't compare to rallies or Le Mans or Daytona or IndyCar stuff. Or it's an animal all by itself.
Thank you so much for coming out. No thunderstorms, just great weather, some beautiful cars.
The dealership event that we put on is pretty interesting because it started out with Jeff Zwart and myself, and we thought, wouldn't it be fun to let people know what we're doing? And so we started out in a little room, and it was maybe, I don't know, 15 people, and me and Jeff and a couple of drivers, and we just had a good time telling stories and educating some people about the event. And over the last 11 years, it's just grown into, I don't know what was there tonight, probably 600-700 people. When you get into why, who we support, it's if you look at the, I think 17 Porsches in the field, you'll probably see our name on damn near every one of them. And we feel really passionately that Porsche builds a really authentic performance machine that can be tested at Pikes Peak and perform well. And that's just been proven time and time again by the racers.
Yeah, there are quite a few differences between a traditional road race and running Pikes Peak. For one thing, you never run the complete course until you're there on race day. So we practice in sections. This week, our first section was the bottom section, which meant we were qualifying our first time on the mountain. So that usually you don't get in sports car racing or really any kind of racing where you show up and the first time you hit the course is qualifying.
Well, what's challenging about Pikes Peak is that it's a living race course. So most race courses, they're static, right? Nothing really changes year to year, day to day. Yeah, maybe the weather, but this is like, they put out hay bales, which are sort of your apex markers, but maybe the mountain sheep will eat them or move them. And they do, they actually drag them around.
There's just all kinds of different challenges. I often describe it as single lap qualifying in the rain the first day you show up at a track.
You're leaving the dealership at 3 a.m. or so, getting up in the mountain at 4, and you're starting your run at 5 o'clock in the morning. So the second there's any amount of sun, you have headlights on your car, you're going to take a run.
Race day was interesting because we had great weather all week, really all month. We didn't have any inclement weather. And then race day, even the days leading up to it, there was some talk. I wouldn't want to look at the Weather Channel or look at the weather on the apps that I have on my phone. But yeah, race day looked to be pretty miserable.
Going to the track in the morning, the fog is just completely thick, and the rain, the ground is completely wet, and we knew it wasn't what we had trained for. It wasn't what we had practiced. But I think, especially with Donohue's experience of, decades of racing, he just kind of went into that mode of what adjustments we need to make and how we need to approach the day.
I knew sections where we were at 140, almost 150 miles an hour, even if you had 25 yards of visibility, which was more than it seemed like we had at the start line, it's not enough. How fast do you go when you can't see, and how slow do you go, and what are the consequences of just going too slow? And then you're letting your crew down. You brought the car home, but you could have gone a little quicker, right? It was such a judgment call. Well, when I got to the top, yeah, I had my time in the car. I didn't know what the official time was, but I knew what my unofficial time was, and as usual, I was really disappointed in the time. This was the second win in TA1, and with Porsche Colorado Springs, and I learned the first bunch of times going up this mountain that I better come down happy. So Joe and the guys, they put a lot of effort in, and I knew there was a lot more on the table, but I also knew that we had won and no records were going to be made that day. And
like this, we can't see. I'm like, none of us can see.
Yeah, even Blake.
He's like, no, it's really bad. And I go, yeah, no, it's really bad.
It was really gnarly. It felt like a little bit of a deja vu from last time I rode, 2019. So I wanted to go fast but safe.
Better, Pikes Peak or a dinosaur?
Pikes Peak.
It's better than a dinosaur? No way.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we gonna do since we're done with this interview?
Go up Pikes Peak.
That's right, we're gonna drive up Pikes Peak. When we get to the top, what are you gonna eat?
Donuts.
That's right, you're gonna eat a donut at the top of Pikes Peak.